Good morning to all of you fine Friday people, and welcome to another Daily Dish. We're starting early today. I sent out the reminders late. Very sorry about that, but I did send out the reminders. So
I'm in a dark hole in a hotel room. So sorry about the view. It's not what you used to see, but it's a hotel room. So hello everybody from a different location.
Hello. We have a ton to get to, obviously, as we always do, but we're very, very excited this morning, you guys, because now we have a chance to share with you another sponsor of the Chicks on the Right show. And this one is really, really, really handy. And I have learned so much from them. So our new sponsor is ExpressVPN. I did not even know what a VPN was until we talked to ExpressVPN. And now I'm not a pro by any stretch, but I do know that I like privacy online. I know that I don't want my ISP tracking my every move online. And I know that I want to be protected online. And ExpressVPN does all of those things. And the analogy that works for me, that works in my brain, because I'm not a technical person, as you know, is the bathroom. Like they talk about, like, if you go to a public bathroom and there's no stalls and you're just sitting there doing your business and everybody is there too looking at you, that's what it's like to be online right now. That's why you'll get like Facebook reading your mind, right? Because your ISP is tracking every move that you make, making notes essentially of all the websites that you visit. And what ExpressVPN does is it just puts the stall around you, right? It gives you like an off-ramp of the highway to get to your own. It's like a tunnel that gets your device, whether it's your phone or your laptop, it gets your device directly to the internet without being seen. And that is a really, really cool thing. So it's great protection for you online. I've got it on my phone and my laptop. You can get it anywhere, any device that you use your internet on. And it's a great way to secure your online activity. So check them out, you guys, because if you go to expressvpn.com/chicks, you can get 3 months for free.
It's so fantastic. Yeah, this is why I live in the country. I don't like people up in my business. Seriously. It goes for computer usage too. Get out of my business. Yeah. The greatest. Yeah.
And by the way, they've been ranked really, really high in terms of VPN services. They are top ranked. So we're very proud to have them as a sponsor.
Yeah, they're awesome. So far love them. Like they're completely awesome. We've met with them. They're fantastic. So you guys check it out. Definitely check it out. And speaking of web stuff, check out our website too, chicksonright.com. Go there as well.
Please do those things.
And nobody will know. If you do ExpressVPN, nobody will know that you're there.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. Also, just a quick reminder that our meet and greet is coming up. Camp Tono is coming up in September. It is a sold out event, of course. We're already thinking ahead to our next meet and greet opportunity, which will likely be in April of next year. And it will likely be in Arizona somewhere. So just kind of be thinking about that. And we'll obviously get more details as we know them. But we're already thinking about that. And what's really exciting is that Healthy Cell, who we've told you about plenty of times before, healthycell.com/chicks, who is our go-to source for multivitamins that are super absorbable. They are sponsoring the event, which is super cool. And that means they're going to have samples for our guests, which is really, really cool. So very excited. They support us. Please support healthycell.com/chicks as well. Okay, so I guess we should start off with the sad news that Ivana Trump has passed away. She was 73, and all the Trumps.
Which is young.
It's totally young. Yeah,
it was young.
All the Trumps released, statements about her and their adoration for her. There's still some questions about what exactly the cause of death was. Initially, it was reported as natural causes, but she was found at the bottom of a staircase. And so now police apparently are investigating. Did she fall down the stairs? We've heard rumblings of potential heart failure. So it's not clear yet the cause of death, but in any case, Ivana is no longer with us. So
yeah,
just sad news.
Judge Jeanine did like the most loving, wonderful tribute to her last night on Fox. It was really, really sweet. Yeah. I mean, I heard it as I was driving here. yesterday. I just happened to turn it on and I heard her and I thought, God, that is what a wonderful tribute. She's talking about, the thing that stuck out to me is how much she loved kids. And that is something that you don't really hear, because you always hear when people pass away, you always hear she was a wonderful businesswoman and she was this and she was that. But what Judge Janine said about her, what stood out to me the most, was that she just was so exuberant about children. And I thought, that's such a lovely thing to say about somebody, is that when children were in the room, she was just so excited about babies. She just was always so bubbly and excited about babies. And what a neat thing. What a neat thing to say about somebody, because that just shows you insight into their soul, into who they were as a person. I love that. I just do.
Yeah.
I hope somebody says that about me one day when I'm gone. Yeah.
Well, I know they definitely will say that you know how to bust a move. They will say that. That'll be like top of the.
True. Right.
That'll be one of the things they say for sure.
That's right.
Okay. So anyway, that has happened. And also, we're going to get you guys, I know today's whack and it is freaking whack. So I'm very excited to get to today's whack. But we do have one update about this whole 10-year-old rape victim story. And that is that a Telemundo reporter somehow, and I don't know the background of how this reporter found the mother of the little girl who was raped, but in any case, this reporter did find the mother, went to the mother's apartment, and tried to have an interview with her. And so there's an interview, and I'll share my screen just so that you can see what this looks like. So it's in Spanish, which is why I'm not going to play it with sound, but I can play it for you just so you can see that this mother will not show her face. There is now suspicion that she too is an illegal immigrant. But the most horrific part of this story is that the reporter is saying, do you know what's going on with this case? The mother is defending the rapist and saying, everything that people are saying about him is a lie. She is refusing to reveal her face. She is also refusing to file charges against him.
Unbelievable.
Another layer to that story that just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. Now, of course, he's confessed to raping her on 2 occasions, but she's not pressing charges, which seems to me to mean that it's probably her boyfriend. And now I'm totally speculating, but like, why would you not press charges, right?
Yeah.
Like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it also makes you, it's like, get that girl out of that house. Get that little girl out of that completely. Like, what the hell's going on in that house? Yeah. So yeah, I speculate that it could be the boyfriend, but on top of that, it's like, what in the world? And then it's like, is the mom illegal? Like, what is happening? What are, again, with the unanswered questions, like, get to the bottom of it. And how hard is it to get to the bottom of these questions? Like, what is wrong with our institutions that we can't figure out the answers to these questions quickly and efficiently? What the hell? We pay these people money to be able to answer these questions. Like, now, today, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, we should have had the answers to these questions. So what's going on?
Yeah.
We're either paying these people way too much money, or like, people aren't doing their jobs. Get it done, people. Good Lord.
Well, and so every single day, it just seems like we're learning more, and everything gets worse about this case, right?
Yeah.
Everything gets worse. And so if the entire family is illegal, it's no wonder that everything has been so shady and covered up. But because the whole thing is just so gross. And there was, I can't remember what station, if it's MSNBC or CNN or what, I think it's MSNBC. There's this chick named Laura Coates who does a show, or who at least fills in for shows from time to time. And she went on, and she's a lawyer, and she went on this big giant diatribe yesterday about how mad she was at Todd Rokita, Indiana's attorney general, who is vowing not to let this go when it comes to investigating the doctor and whether or not the doctor here in Indiana reported the crime. And so reported the rape. And so he's not letting it go. And I love him for that, right? Like, listen, we've had our issues with Todd Rokita, but
so, yeah, exactly.
But this is what we want him to do. So this Laura chick starts bitching about how disgusting it is that Todd Rokita is focused on the doctor instead of the victim. And I'm like, Oh, no, you didn't. You saved that lecture for the freaking Indy Star, who didn't even say the word rape in their original reporting. They didn't even mention that there was a crime. They didn't mention that there was an illegal immigrant. They just wanted to talk about abortion access.
Right.
You saved your lecture for them.
Exactly. And don't you think that because, you know, if in fact this entire family or whatever you want, this unit of people is a bunch of illegal immigrants, that made them such an easy target to use this little girl as a pawn for activism. Let's just get real. And that makes this story even more sick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because this is precisely what that side of the aisle did. That's what they did. They used this little girl for activism. That's what they did. So it's honestly, it's like, what? We're just now finding out all the different pieces and parts of this, and we don't know everything. So it's like, they were just quick to jump on that, weren't they?
Oh yeah. And think about like what that actually means, that they were so quick to jump on. They literally are just trying to make women have more abortions. That's their goal. I mean, how twisted is that? Like, what is wrong with the Star? Seriously.
Yeah. And what's wrong with every woman out there who's using it, sharing it, and gloating about it? What's wrong with all of them? What does it say about them? And then they'll say, you don't care about this little girl. You don't care about this little girl. Oh my gosh.
I know. That's why I was just like, you shut up, Laura Coates. You shut your face.
Right.
Anyway, that's the update on that story. Yesterday at chicksontheright.com, I did a story about AOC being catcalled and her reaction to it. And if you have not seen the video of her being catcalled, there is this troll. Apparently, I've never heard of him. I don't even want to name him because he's such an idiot. But this guy apparently makes it a practice to just ambush various politicians, celebrities, and like do that thing where he'll pretend to be a fan and then he'll say something super insulting to them while they're on camera. I just hate that. I hate that no matter what side of the aisle does it. I think it's just gross. But anyway, he's a total troll. And so she's walking up the steps of the Capitol and he catcalls her and says, ooh, look at that juicy Latina booty. You look so sexy in that dress. You know, just doing the normal loser dude catcalling stuff. And then he said, you want to kill babies, but you're so beautiful. Oh.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. What? Everything's fine. Just hold on. Hold on. Everything's good. Okay. Everything's falling here. It's okay. It's all right. We're all good. We're all good.
Everything's
falling.
Good? Okay.
I'm at a hotel, you guys. Everything's falling. Everything's literally things are falling. Everything's good. Okay, just keep talking. Go ahead. I got it. Just keep talking.
So anyway, so he's catcalling her and he's doing this, you know, because this is his shtick. This is what he does. And so she was mad, obviously. And so she actually went and she like flashed a peace symbol, even though she was mad. It didn't make sense, her reaction to him in the moment. But immediately after, and I'm talking immediately, like before she even entered the Capitol building, which is she was on the steps. She gets to the top of the steps and immediately whips out her phone to record a video of her reaction because this is the kind of attention whore she is. So she says into her camera, like I think she did an Instagram video or whatever, and she's like super upset. You can hear the chokiness in her voice at being assaulted with unwanted compliments. You guys, it was terrifying. It was absolutely like her life was threatened. So anyway, her main point though is that she was mad because this happened in front of Capitol Police. And so she was all mad that the police just didn't do anything. And I'm like, what do you want them to do? Arrest people for catcalling now? This is what we want? You crazy
for words.
Psycho?
Well, I mean, yeah. She wants people to be arrested for words, right? I mean, this is the thing. And then meanwhile, you know, she doesn't say anything. She's delighted when Justice Kavanaugh is getting heckled outside of a restaurant, right? And she doesn't. Yeah, there's crickets when there was an assassination attempt on his. Seriously, like these people are the biggest freaking hypocrites. She doesn't care about when. Listen, it's all about Republican on Democrat violence, right? Or what she perceives as Republican. I don't know if that guy's a Republican. I don't know what he is, but it's all about.
Apparently is a right-wing troll.
All right, right wing on left wing violence is what she cares about. It's like she doesn't care about violence. She doesn't care about that. She just wants to make sure that AOC is taken care of. It's all about her. It's kind of like the whole gun debate, right? It's like I don't want you guys to have any guns, but I want people to protect me with guns. You know what I mean? It's like it's you're not to be protected. I'm to be protected because I'm important. You're not to have money. You're not allowed to have money. I'm allowed to have money because these are socialist whack jobs, elitist whack jobs. This is what they are. This is what they believe. And so it's not okay for you. It's okay for me. I'm AOC. I'm special. I'm better than you. Don't you understand?
Well, and I want to play Jesse Waters' analysis of it because it includes some of the clips of her that you guys just have to see, but also some claims that she makes once she's calmed down, because she, of course, does a multiple video series about this whole thing. The more attention, the better. And so one of the claims that she makes is she gets further into this discussion about whether or not the Capitol Police are good guys or bad guys. And that's where it gets super interesting. But before we do that, just want to remind everybody that if you're looking to lose a little weight, if maybe you went a little crazy over 4th of July and you need a reset, a great way to lose either a little bit of weight, to reset, or to lose a lot of weight is Nutrisystem. And Nutrisystem, if you go to Nutrisystem.com/chicks, you can get 50% off any of their plans right now. That's a big, fat, huge discount. No pun intended on the fat part, but it is a big, fat discount. And it's a great way to figure out, at least for me, it's been the best way to be like, okay, Miriam, this is what it looks like to have a portion. This is what your appropriate portion size looks like. Because I suck at that. I see pasta, I'm like, I need 7 bowls of it, right?
Right.
And Nutrisystem prepares your pasta in a prepackaged meal plan. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is what I'm actually supposed to eat. And if I just slow down and like chew instead of inhaling my food, which is my typical way, then I'll actually feel full and it'll be fine. So you're going to love the food. That's the best part. It all tastes delicious. Check them out. Nutrisystem.com/chicks.
Yes. And check us out at chicksontheright.locals.com if you haven't already. It's a great place to be. And you can speak freely. It's fantastic.
That's right. That's the best part about our local supporters group, man. You can post what you want. It's not going to get a missing context label like you'll get on Facebook. That's why the supporters are the bomb.
Right.
I mean, the insiders too. Don't get me wrong. The insiders are fantastic. The platform, not great. So anyway, because Facebook is the devil.
That's right.
All right. Let's get to the Jesse Waters analysis. This is not his whole thing, by the way. This is just a piece of it because it was kind of long. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen says, since I'm in Facebook jail again, I thought I would send you girls a little gift from my cell. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Kristen. You should try joining local supporters. You're not going to be in jail there. So
no jail.
Just a note about that. All right, here is the AOC Jesse Waters hullabaloo.
Nobody can do anything. I'm just telling you because this institution is not designed to protect people. And it's really hard and it's really sad that my only recourse is to just let you know about it. But that's the institution we're in.
So, the Capitol Police are corrupt. Go on.
Really just can't help but think about all of that footage and evidence that we saw the day of, all these Capitol Police officers helping and being sympathetic to the insurrectionists on January 6th. And everyone just decided it was too politically difficult to deal with. So they all just brushed it under the rug. And to this day, there has never been an investigation into that. Never. So as a result, we have no idea which officers are safety around. We have no idea if any of those officers and the ones holding massive weapons were with that crowd or if they weren't. But if you raise questions about that, or if you don't feel safe, it's construed as you attacking the entire institution of public safety.
What?
Riddle me that. Riddle me that. And we saw a lot
Oh
of
my
that show
God.
up, not just in our politics now, but even the State of the Union. Because now both parties are in a contest of how much money they can shovel in this system without critically holding any of it accountable. It is dangerous.
AOC is right about that. Questioning
Yeah.
the institutions in D.C. is dangerous. That's why we're not allowed to ask about January 6th, the FBI's role in the collusion hoax, the State Department
Right.
covering up Benghazi, the Wuhan lab. Welcome to my world, AOC. Dip your toe in. The water's warm. Next thing you know, the
Right.
Congresswoman is going to start asking about the laptop from hell. So AOC is a live wire and a big problem for the Democrats. She's calling the January 6th committee a sham, saying her side of the aisle is covering up the truth about what happened that day. And that's a very dangerous place for AOC to be. The Democratic Party doesn't tolerate dissent. And Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff will be out for revenge.
Yeah,
I
not
mean-
to mention Liz Cheney. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like she's gonna get pissed too. Don't ask questions. This is my theater. It's my theater production and my drama class out here. I mean, it's like they don't want you asking any questions. It's so interesting that now all of a sudden she's wanting to ask questions about January 6th. You can't do that. You can't ask questions. Oh my God, this woman.
Thank you, Patrick McKenna. Thank you for that super sticker. I should also point out, since we didn't play the whole Jessie segment about this, she was with her fiance. Her fiance was
What a
with her
wuss.
as they were climbing the steps. She was getting catcalled. He just kept on walking, and she's bitching at the cops for not defending her.
Right.
How about her
Like, what-
pansy ass boyfriend?
This is the thing. This is a liberal. God, this woman. Do you not get it? Like her fiance. When are they getting married? Like he's probably going to take her name. He's one of those guys. You know he is. You know he's gonna. You know he's going to, Mom.
Oh my God.
This is that generation of liberal people that, he's so emasculated, and he's a feminist. You know he is. He's a feminist. And he's probably going to take her name. He's going to be, what's his name? I don't even know. Whatever Ocasio-Cortez is going to be his name. I mean, this is the thing.
Is it Chasten? Is it Chasten?
It probably
I don't know.
Chasten Ocasio-Cortez is going to be his name. I cannot with this guy. And he said nothing, did nothing. Walks up the stairs and doesn't even defend his girlfriend, his fiance,
Not a word.
whatever. Wow. Yeah, she should
And
be
she
like,
there
I'm
was
out.
like another video where she was calling for men to step up. And I'm like, hello. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Don't you think you'd want to marry one? I mean, it's like, if you don't, then just go become a lesbian. I mean,
Right.
actually, there are probably lesbians who would probably be more masculine and would have probably defended her better.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Yes, I'm correcting myself. There are probably lesbians who probably would have done a better job with that, honestly.
They would have manned up.
Yeah, they would have manned up. Yeah. Great. Wow. I cannot believe she's complaining when her fiance should be ashamed of himself.
It's pretty bad. Like now, especially when it's on video and he just like literally does not, it's like it does not faze him a single solitary bit, which actually is the appropriate response. If you ask me, you don't engage catcallers because you're giving them the attention that they want. You just ignore them. And I don't know what she's acting as though she was in imminent danger. He wasn't even anywhere near her.
Yeah, okay, it may have been the appropriate response, Mom, but any decent man would have at least like embraced his fiance or something, or gotten on the outside or whatever, done something physically to show you don't mess with my fiance or mess with my girlfriend, or you're an ass, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
They would have done something that would have been a physical clue or some sort of a posturing to show that dude that he's a jerk and like you don't mess. That's what dudes do. That's what
No.
real men
I'm
do.
saying his ignoring was what her response should have been.
I gotcha.
But she
okay.
is the one that has now given that guy like massive publicity.
I see what you're saying.
Given him all the attention he could have ever wanted. Whereas she would have just not even looked his direction.
I hear what
this
you're
was
saying.
a non-issue.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Agreed, 100%. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Crazy.
We got to switch gears to Elizabeth Warren, who is just going completely batshit, you guys, because she is talking about pregnancy crisis centers. Now there's this huge conspiracy amongst Democrats that pregnancy crisis centers are doing the unthinkable, which is to deter women from killing their babies. How dare they? And
the horror.
The horror is right. So in this clip, you're going to see not just the manager of a crisis pregnancy center talking about what they actually do, but you're also going to see the clip of Elizabeth Warren losing her mind about trying to shut down all the crisis pregnancy centers across the country. So you're going to see this whole story. Look at this.
Heidi, Senator Elizabeth Warren recently talked about crisis pregnancy centers like yours. And take a listen to how she characterized them. Watch this.
In Massachusetts right now, those crisis pregnancy centers that are there to fool people who are looking for pregnancy termination help outnumber true abortion clinics by 3 to 1. We need to shut them down here in Massachusetts, and we need to shut them down all around the country.
Oh my
She says
God.
that your crisis pregnancy center is fooling people into having babies, and she wants your clinic to be shut down. What's your reaction to that?
Her words are actually horrific. Pregnancy centers throughout the entire country give away $266 million of free medical services and resources to communities all over this incredible country. And her words are just incredibly hurtful. Our pregnancy center here in Sacramento is a fully licensed OBGYN medical clinic. We've got doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, medical assistants. And it's so important for our community to understand that the women that serve at our clinic, most of them have experienced abortion for themselves. And they basically say, had they only had a pregnancy center like ours to turn to when they face their unplanned pregnancy, their life today would look so much different.
Yeah.
She wants to shut them down.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's one in Waco, and I went to an event, like fundraiser for it. It's unbelievable. They raise an amazing amount of money, and these women get the care they need, emotional support. They make friends there. They can actually stay there with their babies for a while. They're remarkable. It's called CareNet, and actually they built it right across the street from Planned Parenthood. It's right there. So so a lot of times when women are going into Planned Parenthood, they'll see it and they'll be like, you know what, that's an option. And these women need options, because a lot of times they don't know. They just don't know. And so they'll see and they'll be like, wait, I can do this instead. What a beautiful thing for them to see that they can do that instead. And then they are able to go there and get loving care. And then their babies are too. And it's a remarkable, beautiful thing. And we need those places. The fact that Elizabeth Warren wants to shut them down, she can suck it. Like, what an evil woman that is.
I know.
Seriously,
Just
there's
awful.
so much evil in her heart. Like, God, pray for her, because dang.
Well, and she apparently, she was going off the rails about this to some reporters outside the Capitol steps, I guess, and she was gladly taking questions from people about that. And she started to listen to a reporter's question about some of these more rabid pro-abort activists literally offering a bounty to people who could tell them where any of the Supreme Court justices are at any given time. And so this reporter had a legit question to ask. Watch Elizabeth Warren's response to her.
An activist group is offering to pay people if they send in the locations of justices. Do you think that this has gone too far at this point?
Why would you answer a question from your constituent? Why would you do that? Why would you want to answer a question? No.
Wow.
It's like, this is the thing. She's a public servant. Answer the question.
Answer the freaking question.
Yeah, answer it, lady.
God. So speaking of this whole abortion thing, so the House is going to pass, or maybe they already did, a second round of like codifying Roe v. Wade, a bill that is basically saying it's the law of the land that any woman can get an abortion anytime she wants. It doesn't matter how late term it is. no restrictions, just all the abortions for everybody. Okay, so this is the gist of their bill, which, you know, they have the majority in the House right now, so they have no problem passing it in the House, but there's absolutely no chance that they have to pass it in the Senate. So Nancy Pelosi in her presser yesterday was asked, are you gonna take this bill up to like negotiate with the Senate a little bit so that there's a way to pass it? And she was dumbfounded by this question. Look.
Congresswoman Chu's bill has passed the House before, but it continues to fail in the Senate. Are there any discussions between House leadership and Senate leadership for some sort of negotiations?
What do you mean negotiation? What do you want to negotiate?
Well, some senators have said that this bill, Senators Murkowski and Collins, for instance, have said that Congresswoman Chu's bill goes to...
We're not going to negotiate a woman's right to choose. As Senator Murkowski and Senator Collins may have their view, but it is not a view that is one about a woman's having the right to decide. And so we're not negotiating that. No.
Nope. So what's the point? So they're passing a bill that's not going to go anywhere. Neat.
She's a piece of work, isn't she? And like she's constantly looking for her teeth in her mouth. What is that? I can't. I'm so distracted by this all the time. She's like the whole time.
Why does she do that?
It's like, can she not? I mean, she has gajillions of dollars. Can you not get somebody to glue them in there? Like seriously, just use some of that Gorilla Glue, lady. Get the Gorilla Glue and just shove them in there once and for all. I'm so sick of watching you try to find them every time I see you on TV. God, it drives me crazy. She again with the evil. Speaking of evil, like and her, did you see where the Pope yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was sent an article from our friend KA who was like, "Hey, did you see this thing on how the Pope is like now just saying something about how maybe Joe Biden should go talk to his priest about the fact that he's like Mr. Pro-abortion? Like maybe he should speak to his priest about that, or like I don't even know, what do they call them? They have all these names for all the high people in the Catholic Church. It's like papal, priest, pontiff, what I don't even know. They all begin with a P. But all the people that you're supposed to talk to, you guys will probably know if you're Catholic, but all the people you're supposed to, like, he needs to probably like come to Jesus with that, right? You know what I mean? Like it's whatever they call it, but he needs to handle that because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And then he comes out and he's like, I'm a Catholic.
Right. Well, she does the same thing.
Right. I was just going to say that. Nancy does the same thing. Nancy gets on a podium and she's like, it's non-negotiable. Well, then you probably need to quit saying you're a Catholic, you hag, you know, because that too is non-negotiable. The last time I checked, I'm not a Catholic, mainly for that reason. But I mean, this is why like people don't go, or this is why people leave the Catholic Church, because that is non-negotiable. Like seriously,
it should be.
Yeah. So maybe he should call her out too. I'm just pointing that out because when she says it on a podium, I look at that and I go, I feel like that's non-negotiable. She said that this was her kitchen table issue. That abortion is her kitchen table issue. I mean, it's gross. It's gross, isn't it?
It is.
Gross.
It's vile.
Yeah.
Last real quick clip before we get to the whack. And that is, I just thought this was hilarious. So Biden was in Israel and there's a moment on the stage where he's talking about his service to the country, to America. And he realizes how long he's been in office. And it's like all of a sudden he realizes that he's freaking old. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
What?
I've had the honor, it's hard to say these words, for over 50 years. I can't be that long, but for over 50 years in the federal government helping build a relationship.
I can't be that long?
Does anybody
say that?
Nobody says that. Nobody. Not a single person. Nobody. And usually when they say it, they're in a home, you know? they're eating their food from a straw. Yeah. That's Joe Biden,
my God.
Everybody. He's our president.
All right. It's time for the wackest of all the whack. Go.
Yeah, I sent you the whack. Okay, I sent it to you. If you want to show people pictures of just like the disgustingness of this. Okay, so Elon Musk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because there are pictures. I mean, we may want to see just how gross this guy is because he's kind of gross.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's in his 70s, which again, I don't think that that's super old, but it is old when you're boinking your stepdaughter. Okay, this is what this guy's doing. Okay, so he raised this daughter from the time she was 4. This is Elon Musk's father. I can't, what is his name? Errol. His name is Errol. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. He raised her from the time she was 4. And then he's impregnated her twice.
They have 2 kids together now.
They have 2 kids. And like, it's not, it wasn't just like a one-time thing. They have 2. Now he says he doesn't live with her because the kids get on his nerves.
Right.
And also, what a jerk. Like, what a complete jerk. But
well, as far as I know, he's still married to this woman's mom.
Okay, that's even
like what in the world?
I can't with this. I can't. Like okay, so and you want to say like somehow she's been victimized, but she allows this to happen. So I mean,
there's no underage thing going on. I mean, granted, they're like she is half his age,
right?
But still, there's nothing like illegal because it's his stepdaughter,
right?
But, ew, That's him and Elon, by the way.
So I don't. No, that's Elon, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's big.
Okay,
by the way, Elon does not like his dad. Like they do not get along at all.
Nope. And you can tell. And Elon thinks this is obvious. Well, because I mean, normal human beings know that this is disgusting. So
yeah, it's vile.
This is truly whack. So this had to be our whack today because it is the wackest of the whack for the week. I can't.
You don't get whacker than that.
You don't get any whacker than this. So that was your whack, you guys. That was it.
That's a family of some weird names, right? Errol, Elon. What's the mom's name?
May.
Okay, that's
pretty
normal.
Yeah, and she's awesome. She's beautiful. And then she probably was like, she saw that crazy from a mile away, and probably soon into the marriage, and was like, bye, bye, boy, bye. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna move along.
So gross.
Yeah.
So people are saying that Facebook is blocking our feed today. I don't know what that means or why, but other people on Facebook are commenting. So I don't know. And you guys, yesterday, this feed the live stream lasted for like an hour and a half or something. I could not shut it down because of the whole Twitter outage. It was so crazy.
It was so weird. Yeah, it was the show that never ends. That was us. So weird.
All right, it is time for some MyPillow talks, and that means that we need to remind you that if you have not gotten your slippers or moccasins from MyPillow, now's the time. I don't know when they're going to run out, but they are going to run out. There is a finite supply of these suckers, so definitely go to mypillow.com/chicks. Get your slippers or moccasins for cheap, cheap, cheap. Use code CHICKS for all the other good stuff that you might need from MyPillow. All right, so there is, I don't even know where to start. Oh, I know where I'll start. Okay. So I came across a new account on TikTok that I am crazy about, and I will share her name once I play the videos. She's just the best storyteller ever. And she's just a hilarious person. And I think you guys will all love her too. I don't even remember what this story is about, but I think you're going to love her.
Listen, I'm about to stop coming outside. The streets are dangerous. I thought I bumped into my soulmate today. Let's laugh at that together. Okay, so boom. I'm walking this way. He's coming this way. He looks like a young Bob Marley. Okay, so cute. Okay, and I look like this. So he's smitten, sis. Smittens and I are making direct eye contact. Nobody's blinking, breathing, speaking. Just pheromones and vibes, right? I felt like I was in a Dentine Ice commercial. So a bus full of people drive by. Everybody on the bus is wet. That's how hot this was. Smittens gets to me. He stops walking immediately. I stopped walking too. I said, "Ooh, we about to do this right here on the sidewalk." Lego, right? So he's telling me all of his business. This old black lady walks by. She's like, "You guys look good together." I was like, "Oh no." Anytime an old black lady says that to you, that's how you know it's real. Okay. I'm like, we got to invite her to the wedding now. Right, babe? So he's like, he's a vegan. I'm like, oh, I'm vegan too now. I don't need meat anymore. I have him. So he tells me he has 2 brothers. I'm like, how many brothers do your kids have? How many children do you have, Smittens? Girl, 10 kids. I said, why are you talking to me? Take your slutty ass home. And don't make direct eye contact. I don't want to get pregnant. Listen, I'm about to stop coming outside. The streets are...
She's a very good storyteller. She is very,
right?
very good. Yeah, she's
good. So funny. And I mean, she's beautiful. Like her smile is gorgeous. So I started, like, of course, binge watching all of her videos. Her handle is Ma Reezy with 3 E's. Ma Reezy. And so she also had a bit of a rant about people who choose Androids or Galaxy phones over iPhones, because you know how when you text somebody, if you have an iPhone and you text somebody that doesn't, you get the green bubble instead of the blue bubble.
You are such a greenist. You hate it.
I'm a total greenist, admittedly.
You are. Oh my God.
She is also a greenist, apparently, because look at this.
Okay, so I'm in these streets, right? Yesterday I was out living my best blick life. And, you know, I'm looking good, feeling good, smelling good. People are talking to me, you know. So this guy and I exchanged info. He's like, call me tomorrow. I was like, call you? Sir, it's 2022. I'm not picking up my phone to call anybody. I would rather write a text on a rock and throw it at your house. Anyway, so I went to go text him just now, and the bubbles are coming up green. Green bubbles? A galaxy? There's nothing less sexy than a galaxy. Why your font look like that? Is that Comic Sans?
I freaking love her. She is my new favorite person.
That is so you. That is so you. I actually like threw out the possibility of maybe getting a Galaxy one time.
Absolutely.
And you were like,
not.
you can't. You're like, you can't do that. You can't, because you can't have green text to me. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you as a person? It's just
and then it always screws up group texts. Group texts never work right. Just stop making them altogether.
She was like, no. She was like, no, you can't. You always have to have an iPhone. I'm like, fine. Fine.
Okay, I don't know why this video makes me laugh so hard, but I swear to you, I can watch it on a continuous loop over and over and over again. I have no explanation for it. I don't know why this is even happening, but it is my favorite thing. Watch.
A squirrel! Squirrel! I'm a squirrel! Squirrel! I'm a squirrel! Squirrel! I'm a squirrel! Squirrel!
Like, there's
I don't know.
Gwen's over here like, why are you laughing so hard? I'm gonna show her like 50 times later. There's some guy dressed up as a squirrel jumping and doing a vault in gymnastics. If you
oh my
know,
God,
you
it looks so fun.
If you know, you know.
It looks so fun.
Right. Oh my God.
Okay, we have another. I know a lot of people are like, what the hell does Camp Tono mean? Why is your meet and greet called that? And it's because of that small itty bitty girl who couldn't pronounce ice cream. It's a forever long ago YouTube video. You can look it up, where she says she can say ice and she can say cream. When she's asked to say ice cream, she says Camp Tono.
Camp Tono.
So this little girl reminded me of her. Watch.
Now say no. No. Say key. Say O. Now say Pinocchio. You say pa.
I love
now her. Say no. No. Say key. Say O. Now say Pinocchio.
I love her. Oh
I know.
God, I just love her.
So cute.
Oh my
so
God, that
cute.
that may have to be the name of our next camp. It's gonna be Camp That's gonna be August camp, you guys, naturally, because that's what we do here. We're professionals. It's gonna be Camp
And the first person who can figure out how to spell that will get free entry.
And then we're going to start working on a t-shirt design. That's what we do here. Chicks on the right. Blah, blah.
Oh my God. All right. We're going to finish the show with a husky, obviously.
Okay.
I go, can you sing?
Pretty
he
good.
does it on command. I love
command. That is fantastic.
Oh my God, I love him.
That is just so great. Okay. It's Friday, you guys. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
I'm going to be at a hot, sweating auditorium. You can tell I fixed my hair today. I did not at all. I literally woke up like this.
Same.
So sorry.
I also did not.
Sorry,
do
I probably should have put a hat on, but I didn't even bother. So you get what you get, you guys, and you don't throw a fit. Okay. Friday, sweating auditorium all day. I hope you guys are doing something really, really exciting today and all weekend. Oh my God, the biggest hug ever. Biggest hug ever. Oh, we love you guys so much. Have a fantastic weekend. We will talk to you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.